So I apologize for that. I hope you're all well and fine with this COVID outbreak, unfortunately. But it seems that maybe we are going to be in the last phase of this virus. It seems to me that by increasing its um, ratio of spreadness, it loses its power. So potentially that's maybe a last attempt of the virus to produce any mutations. So we will see. We are going to go today over some of the macro elements of what have been going in the last couple of days, and also we will of course cover the cryptocurrencies. Um, Leave in the comments any of your requests to see some cryptos, and also you can confirm if you are looking currently that video and audio is okay, so we can continue. We are going to start to look the latest developments in this Fed tool, CME Fed tool, which actually looks for a possibility of the rate hikes in regards of the latest turnaround in the monetary policy of the Federal Reserves. So if you can see here, this is the 16th of March, 83.1%. I have been monitoring this tool for a long time, and I must tell you, the market is rarely wrong on this type of things. 83% is pretty high percentage, so market agrees that we are going to see a 25 basis points rate hike, and actually reducing or completing the QE, which actually means just they will reduce expansion of the bank reserves. So in that respect, I don't know if they are going to hike 3 times. I mean, that will be very much data dependent in the 2022. Me personally, I don't think so. 3 hikes, I think it's going to be a little bit more too much. As you can see, one is almost guaranteed because they committed almost to it. So let's see what the further months are saying. So March is 83%. Let's see what the May is saying, 58%, which is rather big. So let's see June. June is also 52.4%. Let's go, let's say, to November. Yeah, November is too far, but still, there is a possibility, I think, for one more rate hike, 34.9%. So pretty much 2022 will be kind of a colored in this regards of the how much of the rate hikes we will see, the data in regards of inflation and possible impact on the economies. We also have a pretty heated up geopolitical scene. So that front, it needs to be followed as well. So yeah, let's look 10-year yields, which kind of goes in line with what have been looking here in this previous tool. Most 2021, we were looking this as a possibility in the ABC push on the upside. I have looked this support level as a pretty crucial one, and from there we are seeing some type of a five-way move, and very close to 2%, 1.7, 1.8 we traded in one moment. So it is not excluded we have a little bit more upside. I do think that if this is the last breath of this COVID variant, and maybe in April, May or June, we see that the numbers are starting to follow down, and that we don't see any other strong variation of virus. Economy might react and start balances itself. Maybe we are going to go and live a little bit more normally in the second part of 2022, and I think that will affect also the outlook on the interest rates. I mean, that's of course one scenario that I am seeing. I have a couple of others, but this one is kind of a most reasonable to me. so that we not overreact on the upside and a possible Fed hikes. So let's wait the data between April, March, and May, and see what is going on. Anyhow, up to 2%, then I expect a little bit of pullback. If we cross 2% on the upside, I think things will become a little bit more serious, because technically we will have to rephrase this ABC into 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5, which will be rather bullish after a correction for the further outlook. But let's talk when this comes. It's, I think, too early. I think it's enough we focus on this 2% on the upside. In Europe, situation is the same. This is the price. This is not the yield, but they're inverted, basically same charts. I use price because of the clarity in the Elliott wave pattern. 5 waves up, still not completed. I do see this as a complex correction. And then in 2023, first quarter, second quarter, I see from some geopolitical event, or even maybe some other disturbances, or economy balances itself and secular forces of demographics and technology kicks in again to be more visible than this short-term supply side and a little bit of monetary side inflation. So in that respect, definitely fiscal from that point, definitely we might see this cooling off and continuation in the more deflationary levels. So we have seen that on the longer time frames, secular forces being interrupted in the cyclical one for a couple of years, and that's completely normal if you look at the higher time frame. So same picture, 2022 bullish on yields, maybe a little bit slower because Europe is kind of indecisive to hike rates. They're always kind of awaiting US to make a first move. I don't mean literally in the sense of waiting, but until now, many of the things unfolded so far, ECB was behind Fed a couple of months, so it might be the case here as well. So 2022, possibly some part of 2023, this correction will unfold, but when I see these levels as a support zone broken, I can change my narrative. But for now, this doesn't look so impulsive. So dollar index still viable. I have argued with Terry, which is one of the technical directors in the trading analysis team. We argued a bit, will this move on the dollar upside might continue higher, or this equality is enough? Definitely, we are very close to the wave count invalidation. Highs was at 97. I was looking a bit higher, at least 97 or 98. On the upside, we didn't reach that levels, but from that respect, even 99 was something that I was be willing to look for the possible move up in rates. But since we are close relatively to 2%, which is my big resistance levels, I will allow one more move, maybe above, a little bit above these highs, and then turn around in dollars on the downside from the first or second quarter in 2022. So things are still okay. We didn't invalidate still the wave structure. If we do, we will have to probably pair this possible as a high, especially if we see 5 waves down. We don't see neither of that yet, so let's see next week how the things are going to go in this instance. Nothing much new in regards of the news on the coin desk. I have been looking and searching some of the kind of bombastic news. This one is nice. Doge is surging 11% as a payment go live on Tesla Store. So I have been publishing Doge chart on my Twitter feed. I was looking for a little bit more of a downside. I don't know if that will be viable yet, but I will look chart now. I remember I posted a couple of days ago as a very kind of a nice approaching support on Doge on the upside. So possibly maybe, as you can see, this RSI on the weekly or is very low, touching almost the previous lows where we had a nice move on the upside. So possibly we are very close. We are going to wait for confirmation, but this chart looks pretty nice on Doge. I will argue. Total market cap is still in consolidation. I still go for a triangle. I don't want here to go for a flat. We have dropped in a total market cap from this 3 trillion below 2 trillion in the last week. We climbed a little bit, but I still don't think this is over. I still think we'll have a couple of more weeks back and forth here until we fulfill this triangle wave count. And this wave count has been working for a couple of months back in 2021, so no really need to change it right now. I will stay with this possible outlook, being still bullish on the crypto space, but with a little bit later time frame, let's say horizon, then immediate move on the upside. So let's look what is happening on the Bitcoin and on Ether. We are going to have a pretty big discussion on a Bitcoin fundamentally and technically. I think on Wednesday I will publish on my Twitter feed where we are going to have a live event in that respect. Yeah, sorry, I didn't maximize the windows, but charts really didn't change from the last time. I will just go over them once more so that you can see them. So 10-year yield very close to 2%, as I see as a possible resistance. German 10-year bond price going a little bit lower, so still very corrective price structure here. So same stance as the last crypto lab. Dollar index is respecting still wave count invalidation. RSI on daily it's very low, so potentially I see a possibility for one more move up before reversal. Yeah, we can and also total crypto market cap I already showed as a possible triangle, and this wave count is staying. So I would like to go more into a Bitcoin chart. So if you look the current developments, nothing has changed much. We are trading below 200 moving average on the daily. Possibly we might get a small push on the upside. Possibly, I really don't have such a big clarity. We might have also one more push to this level and then some type of retracement towards this 200 moving average, which will now act as a possible resistance. But I don't see this C wave still completed. I do think this is a complex correction, so I will label it like this. In the case of you wondering why do I see a possibility of a further downside, I will label this as an ABC X, as currently ABC is unfolding as well. So some around between 30 and 32K will be my possible levels for this Bitcoin possible lows. I will show you also the higher time frame, okay, which you might find interesting because of the several things, okay, and I will explain you why. So let me just put here another preference, okay. So we can see here that this is a wave A, up in B, down in C. So between 32 and 35K I expect C wave to stop. Of course 30K is very strong resistance on the Bitcoin, 40K as well, as you know. So as you can see, we fluctuate between these two support and resistance levels for many months now, although that is not very noticeable as it was here. We also did that same here as Bitcoin was climbing, okay. So same thing, I think that if we go a little bit more down, maybe even have a little bit of move lower below 40K. Once we broke 40K again, I think that Bitcoin will not look back. I think that we will stop in the next move down in the case of a triangle around fourth wave, and that we are going to see signs of a possible reversal. For me personally, very interesting is weekly chart because this RSI on a weekly is still didn't reach the final terminal possible low as it happened in the last two cases. And in that case, we might see something more of a flattish to meet this 22K, but I am a bit conservative, so I will not go with that option until I see evidence that is really going on. But I think that the maximum pain for the cryptos will be around 22K if we break this 30K. So this is the only two options really that I'm looking. For the Bitcoin now, I will go much more in depth in our public webinar for the Bitcoin. So we will publish that. I think maybe we already have this. I will look on the feed. Let me just see something for a short period of time, for a moment. Just a second. I want to ask something, Bennett. Do we have? I think we have live. I will find it. I will put it on my Twitter. So anyhow, this will be a Wednesday event. You are all welcome to attend it. It's going to be free. I tried to get Tasha. Tasha is a very bright a crypto lady on the fundamental side. So if anybody knows her, I didn't try to get her in regards of sending her a Twitter. I sent her an email. Maybe she doesn't want to, but I would like to have an answer from her. If anybody knows her from the community, sorry, you can maybe just tip her that I would like to have her as a guest on this webinar. If not, it's fine. We are going to go alone. The subject of the webinar will be fundamental developments of Bitcoin and technical, and what is going to go on in 2022, 23, and 24 horizon. So I think it will be interesting for everybody to see what we are thinking on that front. So if anybody knows Tasha or are in contact with her, just flag her if she would like to look into it. Would she be or would she accept to be a guest on this event? So let's look at Ether. Okay, so let's look what's going on in the Ethereum chart. Ether, same, I think, as a Bitcoin. I still, sorry guys, I don't know what's with my voice. Ether still a consolidation. So I still look this as a triangle. On a weekly chart, this 200 moving average is a little bit over, I think much more on the downside. It's around 1,000. I don't think that will happen. I will still go for this daily on a triangle, which I think is kind of a reasonable thing to look a little bit more of a consolidation. Definitely doesn't look so strong. It looks stronger than a Bitcoin, but definitely this wave structure doesn't look so either overly impulsive on the downside, or it doesn't look like a sideways consolidation. So I would say that this is also a complex consolidation, which will result in a little bit lower prices from where we might start to form a D wave, E wave, and then in a couple of weeks or months or two, Ether will probably continue on the upside as long as we keep this 1,600 or 547 support level clear or unbroken. Okay, so same situation as in a Bitcoin and crypto market cap, sideways consolidation, move on the upside. I have received request or I have received requests to look Bitcoin Ether chart, and that chart is still bullish for Ether. I still think we are in a consolidation there. The pattern looks pretty bullish. on the Ether in regards of a Bitcoin. 5 waves up in a leading diagonal, pullback in a 3 waves down, 5 waves up here, still uncompleted. So I think that in 2022, with this possibility of the fifth wave on the upside, I think Ether will be a bit stronger than Bitcoin in the next advance on the upside. So this left to be seen. This is my current view according to the methodology I try to follow, and in that case, in that respect, I still think we are in some type of a sideways consolidation and maybe a little bit more downside. Ether will start to gain the upper hand again against the BTC. Some of the levels we look for the possible reversals before are already crossed. In that respect, we have reached equality and passed over equality. So we traded almost very close to 1618, which is one of the ratios that we are looking as a possible sign that the wave structure is bullish. I might switch my lights on. It's a little bit dark, I think. Yeah, guys, how are you? Let me see what is your requests. Try to be on that webinar. It will be a kind of a hour and a half on a Bitcoin. I think it will be interesting for everybody to see. Our 2020 outlook, to look back on the former year, I consider very kind of successful. We have called and issued two major warnings in regards of a very bullish Bitcoin in the April and also now in the end of October, and that was actually the right call. I hope we're going to continue like that in 2022 for our members. And if you want to look into our service, you can go to Trading Analysis and website, and you can maybe take a trial and see what we do in the crypto space. Let me see your requests. There is, Annelies, hey, thank you for the video and audio note. Rose, okay, we will look into Rose, CRV. Hello, Joe, how are you? Mr. Garrick, yeah, thank you for the note for the maximizing window. I hope you have seen. Omega, Alex, thanks for the show. Can you explain, share your analysis? We just looked at BTC. It seems that we are in some type of a connection. Maybe I'm a mind reader, you know. just joking. Yeah, we already looked at. So I hope you liked it. ADA, okay, we'll look ADA. Jim Bennett wants ADA. I think your probability is working, Joy is saying, as Alex. Matic has a long-term short opportunity until March. Yeah, Matic is a tough cookie. It has been holding pretty nicely. I like Matic very much. I have been bullish on Matic for some time. We have, I will not say predicted, but we were aware. I mean, when you say words prediction, sounds kind of a, you know, that is some dark forces behind it. I would like when you express, we anticipated the possibility that we might get a little bit of a pause. So that's kind of a more poetic, as you can see. It's not that firm we predicted. Okay, so let's look Matic. Matic chart is generally very bullish according to the what we see on the charts. I did make some changes, which is natural for a possibility. So Matic is holding very well. As you can see, this move down didn't make Matic lose, because it's a phenomenal project, lose much of its value, because I think that the investors are holding, which is obvious, and I don't think they will actually sell Matic much. I do look for a bit of more selling around 1.45. In this instance, if I look Bitcoin as a triangle, I'm afraid that we will have to change a possibility of Matic moving more lower. I'm already starting to look as a wave 2. So in that case, this wave 2 and wave 4 has a almost identical time relation. This is the intermediary degree, and this is the larger degree. The concept you need to very understand if you want to deal with the Elliott wave methodology. So in that respect, I think that Matic is awaits a pretty sizable upside. I will not bet 100% that I'm right. I just said, in my opinion, probability is pretty much rather bigger than smaller, looking at how the Matic is behaving now, that we are just going to see one more push down, and that actually that will be it. For Matic, if we see these levels breaking on the downside, I will have to kick back a triangle or some type of a flat as a possibility. So what is going to give me more confidence if I want to be trading Matic? I could also wait on a smaller time frame, some type of a impulsive 5 waves up as a confirmation here, and then catch the rest of the move on the upside. So that's one of the sure ways how you can manage your risk, because if you go here and see 5 waves and you have a pullback, your stops will be here, so your risk will be minimal to capture all of this, and I think it's a good deal. You must agree. So I think Matic bullish 2022, even first half of 2023. Then a correction, I don't know now in which form, and then a final push on the upside. So in a couple of years, Matic is still a very bullish chart, like a Binance coin as well. Okay. Yeah, Omega. I already looked I already explained that in regards of a possible move down in the stock markets. I will be free to claim that if we see a substantial move down in stock markets, potentially I see a possibility that at least for some time, some of the stock traders might seek refuge in cryptos. I don't think that will be substantial amount, but some of it might overflow. If we don't see anything substantial on cryptos, on stocks, I think stock market can actually handle 0.25% lift in rates. I think we might experience some type of a longer term sideway at least. So we will see. I mean, situation there, definitely we don't see any signs of the bearish market yet in the stock market. So when we see some confirmations, we can discuss it. So for now, we don't see it. Let me see what the Crypto Anonymous. Hey, Crypto Anonymous, can you do something? Can you do something Luna or EGLD? Okay, let's look. Let's look this Luna chart. I addressed this Luna chart. Maybe I'm wrong in this. Definitely, I'm the first one which sees a potential reversal in Luna. But I don't know, guys. I mean, maybe one more small high, but I see a complete 5 waves in Luna. As you can see here, I don't know. Whatever I see I'm scared. Okay, so I don't know what to say. So if you look weekly, we have a clear divergence between technically between the wave 3 highs and the wave 5 highs, and that's usually a sign of reversal. I have a couple of fib ratios here to measure where the 5 waves can go on the upside. So as you can see here, we have 0.618 and on the higher degree fib ratio, and we have 0.618 measuring a lower degree fib ratio, and that's how we cluster our potential targets. You can definitely see we had the 5 waves up in 1, down in 2, very nice, very strong wave 3 on the upside. Usually verticality is the sign that you're in the wave 3, pullback in a wave 4, and then almost 5 waves up here, done on a little bit more as a wave 5. Either my wave count in Luna is completely wrong, which of course is possible, or something might happen that we are going to see a quick reversal on this one. So I'm very careful for now until we break some levels. 5 waves down in any of this area will definitely mean that something bigger is happening. So when and if I see 5 waves down, possibly back to this 30-40 level, if that happens, in that case, I will after a small correction definitely wait Luna to go much more lower to get on this train for next sizable move on the upside. If we start to move further on the upside, I will have to change this wave count to be very bullish, because if I'm wrong, this will become 1-2 and then most likely 1-2, which gives us wave 3, 4, and 5, although we have a correction degree violation, which I don't like, and that gives another, that's a one specific guideline of the Elliott wave methodology, and it says that if you have a 1-2-1-2, which means that the big third wave should come on the upside, the wave 2 in the intermediary degree should not be larger than a wave 2 in a primary degree, which is a very solid logical thing if you think so. Why, when you expect the bigger expansion on the upside, your correction can be bigger than the previous correction when the things will still deciding. So I completely agree with this guideline, and it has much more logic to it. Okay, so let's see. That's my take. I still don't have a confirmation to stand behind this outlook, but for me, this is enough just to look at it as a warning. Okay. Hey Oleg, how are you? How's in Russia? Alex, please try to bring Crypto Wood. Honestly to say, I don't know who that is. I will look into it. If I can, I will bring. If of course they want to accept. I have tried to reach Tasha, but she didn't answer, possibly unknowingly, maybe the message she didn't received. So yeah, I can look who is this guy is and send him an invitation. So it's on them if they like to accept. Can we look at Iota? Okay, Matic can drop. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty now when I see how Matic has sustained this move down very efficiently. By that you can already see that markets are not willing to sell Matic. So be careful on that note. FTM, who is one? Shiba. I don't have nothing more on Shiba. I will look Dogecoin because of the certain less news. So as you can see, we have this is a very nice support level. As you can see from a couple of sides, you have this big channel, which is a very strong one. So potentially we might started this wave 3 on the upside in Doge. Correction might be over. It completely aligns with the wave 2 duration. It's bigger, it's complex. So potentially this was the last support level. I will wait a little bit more. I'd like to see a confirmation. I don't mind being patient to look for a further development, but this is enough for me to start to pay a closer attention on Doge, okay? When I see these type of things. FTM, let's look FTM. Yeah, FTM is moving up. I see a 5-wave move. So the same thing as regards of Luna. I need more data here because this wave structure implies a couple of possibilities. And usually when I don't read a wave structure immediately, I can take some time of looking what is going on further. So this might be something in a wave 3, also on the upside, wave 4 and wave 5. I'm not sure, so I will leave you with that. When I don't, when the things are not so clear and I need additional data, I usually leave that chart uh, because I will have to take additional time to analyze it. I might do that for next week. But currently, I will state that we are possibly in the wave 3 on the upside with a more upside. Obviously, my 5-wave sequence labeling this to 5th wave is wrong. I mean, it's not yet technically wrong, but most likely when you don't see this answer on the downside, when you clearly have the 5-wave move, probability is big you are wrong. So, I mean, most likely I was wrong on this one because there is a couple of reasons. It held well and it displaying now impulsive structure on the upside on the smaller time frame. So I think it's more appropriate to say that after a small pullback, we might continue on the upside with the overall crypto space moving higher. So I definitely need to restructure the outlook on the Phantom. Rose, okay, everybody wants to see Rose. Let's look what's going on the Rose. Let me see if I get the right chart. I think Rose is this chart, and let's look at it from the perspective of the daily level. Okay, Rose is definitely looks bullish. There is a couple of hurdles. As you can see, we have to measure now where do we have a measured move, and did we cross that on the upside? So let's see that. We are a little bit above equality, which I like to see. So definitely we might be in some type of a wave 3 on the upside. We don't have a full 5-wave sequence developed, okay? So this needs to be told. So potentially I will go with a 5-wave move on the upside. This is most likely intermediary wave development. We have a beginning of this in a 1-2, so potentially even wave 3, 4 and 5, and then 4 and 5. So as long as we trade in this area, I will stay bullish on this one. So this will be my last resort. I don't like when you cross equality that the assets class or a chart you look are crossing again, that on the downside, okay? So definitely this will act, as you can see, this corrective channel as a support now. We just bump through it, kiss it, and continue on the upside. So I think even if we might experience a little bit of a pullback, potentially we might continue, and the probability is big, we will continue on the upside in rows towards this 1.54 or even higher. On that note, from this 0.512. Block, what is block? Did I already look to block or not? Whoa, usual price action in cryptos, so funny. Now let me see what's going on here on 4-hour chart. Oh, 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5. Maybe a small truncation here in 5th wave. Maybe didn't have a strength to move further. Happens a lot of time. So you can go here with a 5-wave sequence with a small truncation. Okay, so truncation is one of the phenomena which is relatively rare, but it happens. We can argue that truncation has to be a little bit higher, but I will take this as a valid because you have some type of a 5-wave move here. So I will say 5th wave didn't have a strength to reach new high. That's why it's completed here. And now we are in some type of an ABC, possibly with a little bit even more lower development. So this will be a wave A, up in B, and maybe down in C. So 1, 2, maybe a little bit more downside. Okay, so if this is a wave 1, this will be some type of a wave 2 and B, and then you can expect 5 wave developments on the upside for a bullish continuation if it happens. Okay. ADA. Yeah, let's look at ADA. Whoa, what is this? We have a alien here on ADA chart. Let me look this on a trading view. I have it on my charts as well. Let's look if there is some previous data. I don't think so. There it is. So let's look ADA here. Yeah, we didn't. ADA was pretty moving from 2017. So this is the first 5-wave sequence. So there is a couple of options here, guys. A chart which looks like this definitely can put you in a couple of things. Possibly, this might be a flat, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. That's one option. But why I like Elliott, it's because definitely I will have a confirmation if something like this happens. So another option, the wave 3 finished here. We have 5 waves down in A. We have a up in B, down in C for a 4th wave. But in my book, never mind the possibility. If I see 5 waves up and a pullback, that will be my entry, my entry for the possible 5th wave. Also, there is a possibility we have a confirmation beyond this spot, which I don't mind, but I expect a little bit move down, at least short term, and then we are going to see a pullback definitely, or a new impulse on the upside. So I'm gonna wait on ADA to give me more signs. I'm not a low picker, guys. I did enough mistakes in my trading life and lost so much money before trying to pick highs and lows and trying to be smart. But since in my trading career, I started to control risk more efficiently and not do so much of these silly things to be so smart. My results and outlook and everything became increasingly better. So I'm not going to be smart and picking the lows. So yeah, let's wait for a clarity and confirmation. Let's not jump in front of the train. CRV. CRV. Let's look CRV. Oh yeah. So this is did I finish the rows? Obviously I did. Let me finish rows. No, I did. Sorry. I don't know. I do so many charts. I don't even have a track of how many charts I do anymore. CRV. Okay. CRV dollar. Let's look CRV. Oh, small data. Let's look. Do we have it here? CRV. Okay, curved out. Yeah, CRV in my book looks bullish. If you want to see a bigger picture, it looks like this. I do consider this viable for a possible 1-2-1-2 solution. As you can see here, I still think that we are not completed here this correction, and here is clearly a support. As I already said, this will be a lesser degree wave 2, which means that possibly we might be some larger, stronger degree up in a larger degree in the wave 3. Okay, so in that respect, this needs to kind of prove itself by stopping here around this support and continue higher to keep this wave count alive, okay? As I said, I don't like to see following this guideline, which actually says that wave of the bigger degree should not be shorter than a wave on a lesser degree. So I expect this wave 2 to be shorter in value, and then from there a possible nice upside in this one. So my support will be around 2.915, and we are around there for it means 50%, but in this relation it doesn't represent so much, I will say. Any move up from here will actually say that we are already in this starting this bigger uptrend on the upside. Yeah, let's do one more, and that's it for today, guys. Let's do hot. Hey guy, hey Ahmed, can you please give me the name? I have under the hot many projects here, so just give me a name. Iota. I didn't look. I don't think I ever looked chart of Iota, or I did. I don't remember. Oh, okay. So relatively very simple. 5 waves up, still ongoing. Wave 1 and 2. Lots of crypto charts, cryptocurrencies. Looks like this. Wave 3. I will reckon that this is a sideways consolidation or already here a wave 2, but it doesn't matter because even if we are in triangle, soon we are going to see the lows, and that will be the last low you are going to see, something like this. Or if this is even already a secondary wave of the wave 5 on the upside, the same thing will happen. You will have an impulse, small pullback, and then a continuation. So for now it looks bullish. Wave count invalidation here, which means that these viable options probably will not be valid. Will be around this area here, which is around 0.42 to 0.5. Okay, so for now we are trading above that area. This looks pretty corrective sideways. So I think for now some of this triangle or 1-2 already on the upside, and that Iota will kick higher, follow up this consolidation on the upside. And thank you, Ahmed. Let's look Holo, and that will be the last one for today. Already I did this chart, and already I made a mistake. Holo went lower. From here, I gave the option it's going to go higher. Let's try to see what happened here. Obviously, same situation as in Iota. I think that we are in a wave 1, or a wave 4 is a little bit more in a form of this doesn't actually gives enough substance here to form this as a flat. So I will say that this one already posted a wave 4 lows, and that we are in some type of a 1-2 on the upside with a flat ongoing. And usually this type of flats can make a problem because they go so deep that you think the currency that you look, or a chart that you look, will actually go even lower. So this will be actually my wave A. I will consider this to be 3 waves up in B and the 5 waves down in C. This potential flat for the bullish outlook from here, or just a touch lower for the wave 5 on the upside. Invalidation of this wave count will be here at these lows where we are very close, you know. And these flats sometimes are so sneaky. They made you believe that this is going to go further. So I have experienced many of these situations. So just be careful with your risk. I will also seek some type of a confirmation here when I can control my risk. So risk control is the most important. You will be right and wrong on this interpretation, how the wave structure is unfolding. but one of the most important thing is you manage your risk properly so you can survive in this game. So thank you guys on the attention. Be aware of the Bitcoin event next Wednesday. You can find the exact application on our website or registration on the website, and I will post it on my Twitter during the day or tomorrow. Bitcoin in 2022-23 by Trading Analysis. I hope I can get Tasha to be the guest, because she has a nice macro fundamental outlook on developing in crypto space. So once more, if anybody has some contact with her, just to let her know that we would like to have her as a guest. Thank you guys, and see you next week. Hit the like button, subscribe. Most hated words I utter on this crypto labs, but what can we do? That's life. We appreciate if you do that for us, because the Google will recognize us as a valuable valuable stream or valuable content, which is a kind of paradoxical, because you have, in my opinion, many of these contacts which are really not very worthy, but has a high number of value status, if you'd like. So see you guys. Have a nice one, and take care. Omicron is there, so be careful. Bye bye until next Thursday. See you.